Narayana. Hari Om and good morning from Pittsburgh. When Bhagwan Rama came to the Gopa Bhavana, where Kaikeyi Mata and Raja Dasharatha were, then Raja Dasharatha was unconscious. He couldn't handle the sorrow. And Kaikeyi Mata tells Rama that your father wants Sri Bharata to be the king. Bhagwan Rama is happy. And he wants you to be in the forest for 14 years. Bhagwan Rama is even happier with that boon. And how Tulsidas narrates this, he says that cruelty was ashamed by how Mother Kaikeyi was speaking to Bhagwan Rama in instructing him not to be the king, to go to the forest. That cruelty itself felt ashamed that cruelty would be associated with Kaikeyi. Tulsidas, she also shares that as she's telling this to Rama, she's sharing this like this is a story. That he's not going to be the king. He's going to leave for 14 years. Bhagwan Rama knows that his father is going to die without him. And she's telling this like a story. And throughout this whole dialogue with Raja Dasharatha, Mother Kaikeyi, Mother Kaushalya, Mother Sita, Sri Lakshmana, at no point does Bhagwan Rama lose his smile. And the message for us here is that whatever happens outside, inside, we should be unshaken. I told you about that t-shirt I saw that said, outside drama, inside Rama. And that's exactly what's happening in Bhagwan Rama's life. How can there be a more dramatic family than Bhagwan Rama's? No Indian TV serial can compare to what has happened in Ramayana. Last week, we were focusing on how complex these relationships are. That if Mother Sita stays with Mother Kaushalya, she says that my soul will still be with Bhagwan Rama, only my body won't be there. Sri Lakshmana's mother says, you should go. Where Bhagwan Rama is Ayodhya, not this physical place. So it's so complex, but so caring. How each family member cares for the next family member even more, other than Mother Kaikeyi, but everyone else so caring. I wanted to highlight one part of that, especially for all of you in Pittsburgh, because you're coming into this dialogue fresh. When Mother Kaushalya is told that Bhagwan Rama is leaving, you know who she was most sad for? Sri Bharata. She felt that Sri Bharata would never want to be the king in your absence, and that Sri Bharata will not be able to live without you. So again, talk about the king. She's thinking about someone who's not even her own son, biologically. So complex, so caring, and bringing this to a Vedanta level, an Adhyatma level. Loving someone is simple. You love them. But it's difficult, isn't it? And who is it most difficult to love? The person sitting next to you, correct? The people we're supposed to love the most, we get angry at the most, isn't it? And if not anger, which it is, but I'll be more polite, impatient, for sure. Why? Why do we get angry and impatient? You with them with you. Tell me why.
High expectations.
High expectations.
Because, well, at least with my mom, she wants me to become a better person.
So you get mad at her because she wants you to be a better person. What a cruel mother. You should start calling her KK. Okay? You haven't hit on why this is yet. These are reasons, but there's a more straightforward reason. Yes, we take those whom we're supposed to love for granted, that they'll still be there, that they'll forgive us. And I use simple examples with our health. Does anyone here think they're going to die? And if we do, it's just an idea. So why go to the gym, right? Ramayana is okay, but prasad is better. And what we take for granted the most is our own spirit, the fact that your nature is ananda, as we just learned. So I want to introduce a third word for everyone to focus on. Simple, difficult. The third word is worthwhile. Worthwhile. Don't focus on the difficult part. If you focus on that, it will be difficult. But if you focus on the worthwhile part, you'll try. Like when it comes to sadhana, when it comes to waking up early, when it comes to exercising, simple, difficult, and now worthwhile. We continue to unfold this relationship, Bhagavan Rama with everyone. And what's going to happen? And everybody already knows what's going to happen. He's going to leave. But it's the details that make such a difference. Correct? You eat Tex-Mex and you eat authentic Mexican food. They're different. There's no Mexican food here in America. It's all Tex-Mex. Eh? There's differences in those subtler tastes. I'm taking up the 79th section of Chopais. 79th section. The first Chopai, and that is line 2 on page 299. So 79, 1, 2. Mother KK says to Bhagavan Rama, Muni pata bhushana bhajana ani aage dhari boli mridu bani. That Mother KK brings Muni pata. She brings the clothes of a hermit. And bhushana, not just clothes, she gives ornaments also. It's almost like there's a wound, and what do you put on that wound? Salt. And not just that, bhajana ani, how they're supposed to eat. So she presses the wound even more. And the worst part of this, she puts these at their feet, at Bhagavan Rama's feet, and then starts speaking in soft words, as if she cares. So, how did this all play out? After Bhagavan Rama told Mother Sita and Sri Lakshmana that they can come with him, they went back to where Raja Dasharatha is because they want his blessings before they leave. And Raja Dasharatha keeps saying to KK, he says it's so strange, these ways of karma, that one person has committed the offense and the other person is getting punished. That he made the mistake, but so many people are being punished by that. He keeps telling her that. He keeps telling her, and now Bhagavan Rama and everyone's there, he's saying, why won't I die right now? You just have to see that scene. He's saying, Raja Dasharatha, the ruler of the world, is saying, how come death is not coming to me? And they took those clothes, those ornaments, those vessels, and they left Raja Dasharatha. That would have been the last time that Bhagavan Rama would have seen Raja Dasharatha with his eyes, because we know that he dies. And as they're leaving Ayodhya, the first place they go to is Rishi Vashishta. And they tell Rishi Vashishta, please look after our parents. Please look after our people. And that's so amazing is that he remembers Rishi Vashishta, but how hard it is for Rishi Vashishta when Bhagavan Rama is supposed to do that. Bhagavan Rama knows Raja Dasharatha can't do that anymore, so he's asking Rishi Vashishta to do that. How large-hearted he would be. And Raja Dasharatha regains consciousness briefly. And he tells Sumantra, go and bring them back to me. How hard it would be for Sumantra that the king just told them that they have to leave, but now he's saying, bring them back. At this time, everyone in Ayodhya felt like they're living in hell. Everyone in Lanka also felt that they were living in hell because they knew that Bhagavan Rama is leaving Ayodhya now. He's coming closer to Lanka. They started seeing these omens that destruction is upon them. And the most interesting part about this is that everyone in heaven felt confused. Because it was the Devatas who prayed for this to happen, isn't it? And now that it's happening, they're seeing how much sorrow is caused by this. They're confused. Let's bring this to an adhyatmic sense, to a Vedantic sense. Raja Dasharatha is feeling sorrow. He says he wants to die. If you know Bhagavan is the best, then you know all that Bhagavan does is also the best. So if hardships come in your life, is that good or bad? Good. If good things come in your life, good or bad? Good. If anything comes in your life, it's supposed to. And if anything leaves your life, it's supposed to. That's what Madhusudana Saraswati says. If you know Bhagavan is the best, you know Bhagavan operates from the best. See, worldly problems are not resolved by worldly solutions. We've been trying that for decades, no? But here you are sitting in Ramayana class. You know how many psychiatrists study in our classes? The world goes to them for help and they come to the Shastras for help. So many. And not in an embarrassing way, not that anyone should feel that. They come with, we need spiritual solutions to worldly problems. And that comes not with logic, it comes with faith. To have faith in the higher, to have faith in you. Someone was asking me today, how do you start loving everyone? And I told them it's a 3-tiered process. First, you have to find love in an external God, in an icon. And I even told whoever asked that question, I said they should put a camera in this front door and see how many people prostrated at that icon, at Hanumanji. And I'm sure it's a small percentage. Next is you have to learn to love yourself. Once you learn to love an icon, which doesn't have an ego, you have to start to learn to love yourself, making yourself more virtuous. Then you can start loving other people. And at any point, if you circumvent the system, it's the ego that's tricked us that we know more than we actually know. It's important to learn to love an icon. And every religion uses it. When someone does namaz, if you follow Islam and do namaz, in what direction do you do namaz? Towards Mecca, no? But Mecca is not an idol. 2 pieces of wood are hanging like that. I may call it wood, but for someone who's following Christianity, what is it? It's an idol, no? We do need idols. Isn't an emoji an idol? You know what they now call the poo symbol? Did you know that's chocolate ice cream? It was originally created as chocolate ice cream, but now it's so popular as poo. People are strange. Only in Kali Yuga, ice cream would turn into that and people would love that. I see that sticker on people's back windshields. Why? The way that we can start practicing knowing Bhagwan is the best is to treat all that comes in your life as prasad. All that comes in your life is prasad, starting with your family. You think your family is with you by accident. You may think that, but you're wrong. You're wrong. Your friends, your community, your city, all of this is prasad. And the more you treat this as prasad, the more you start developing dedication, arpana. That everything coming into your life is for your good. Someone is looking after me. I should start living for that entity, whatever that entity's name is. Now, let's shift to more about why all of this is happening. Do you remember when everyone agreed that Bhagwan Rama should become the next king? Then Raja Dasharatha told Bhagwan Rama to go meet Rishi Vashishta for training. And what did Rishi Vashishta say to Bhagwan Rama? You should sleep on the floor. You should eat simple food. Does Rishi Vashishta know something that nobody else knows? Where does Bhagwan Rama end up sleeping? On the floor, no? What does he end up eating? Simple food. He already knows that this will all happen. That same night that Raja Dasharatha has told Bhagwan Rama to follow these disciplines, where does Raja Dasharatha go that night? He goes to Kaikeyi, no? The youngest, most beautiful queen. Raja Dasharatha is symbolic of kama, of desire. And wherever there's desire, what comes next? What follows desire? Anger. You all know this, correct? Desire comes anger. Where does he find Mother Kaikeyi? Kopa Bhavana. He finds her in the room of anger. I was sharing with everyone here. See, back in the day, they used to have conflict rooms. Now only I think the White House has a conflict room in the basement or something like that. Swami Tejamayana was saying everyone's entire homes are conflict rooms now, right? There's not a room where there's a conflict. Every room there's a conflict. Where there's kama, there will be krodha. That's Mother Kaikeyi. She's the symbol of that. And then you have mantra. Mantra is a symbol for, you'll get to this in Gita. What are the 3 gates to hell? Kama, krodha, and what comes after that? Lobha, greed. Mantra, she doesn't want to be known as an ordinary handmaid. She wants to be the queen's handmaid. Lobha. So now think, if you have a desire, there's finite things that you can achieve. Only one person can be the president. Yes? But a lot of people want to become the president, or at least 2 in America want to become the president. So there's finite fruits, but there's infinite people wanting that fruit. So naturally there's going to be anger. And if you get the fruit, what comes? Greed. So either way, the house wins. It's like a casino. If you have desire, we think we're winning, but the house is going to win finally. Either desire, anger or greed. And if there's desire, anger, greed, who can't be there then? Rama. That's why he leaves. And who goes with him? Shanti, Mother Sita. Who goes with them? Sri Lakshmana, Seva. Ananda, Shanti, Seva. Antonyms to Kama, Krodha, and Lobha. What's the opposite of joy? Desire. What's the opposite of peace? Anger. What's the opposite of service? Service is what can I give? Greed is what can I get? So now the question is there Ananda and Shanti and Seva in your personality? If yes, then there's not desire, anger, greed. But if there's desire, anger, greed, who exiled the other three? We did. We'll study one more chopai. It's a very sad chopai. That's how it is, right? Balakanda was high, Ayodhya Kanda is low. And all of Ramayana just keeps on. Isn't our lives like that too? You win and lose, and win and lose, but the whole time, it's a smile inside. I'm on the 86th section of Chopais, 86. I'm taking the first Chopai and first verse, line 1. So that's 86.1.1, page 303. Jage sakala loga bhai bhoru ke raghunatha bhayau ati soru. That when the sun arose, all of the people looked around and they saw that Bhagwan Rama had left. And each person was telling each person, Rama's not here, Rama's not here, Rama's not here. So what led up to this? Bhagwan Rama went to Rishi Vashishta and then he's leaving Ayodhya. And who's going with him? It's shared that everyone in Ayodhya followed other than the children and the elderly. For physical reasons, they couldn't go. Everyone in Ayodhya followed Bhagwan Rama out. And every time Bhagwan Rama would have to look at them and say, stay, your home is here. And so they would stop and look at him, and then he would keep walking, and they'd keep walking too. It's like a kid. Don't touch this. Okay. And they go and touch that again. So they were doing that, and I just need to go to the Adhyatma part straight away. Is there anyone here who doesn't want to be happy? See, in Sanatana Dharma, there's no room for atheists. Think why. And first you have to think about who. Who's Narendranath Datta? Who did he become? Swami Vivekananda. He was an atheist. Balakrishna Menon, who was he? Swami Chinmaya, also an atheist. An atheist is someone who doesn't believe in God, generally. So, who is God? Is God dancing Ganeshji behind me? Is God Vedyasa behind me? We say God is Sat Chit Ananda. So think about Sat. Have you ever experienced your non-existence? Was it cool? Can you take me to your non-existence? Have you ever experienced your non-awareness? That you were knowing that you didn't know? Everyone is pursuing joy. We're all looking in that direction. Some of us move towards it, some of us move away from it, some of us don't move, but we're all looking towards joy. Which means our God, which is Ananda, everybody wants God, we just call it Ananda, so are there atheists. That's why some of us follow joy and we stop because we realize we're not actually following joy, then we follow some more. How many times you would have picked up Ramayana or Gita in your life? I'm going to study this. But then we get busy. Then we're going to study this. Then we get busy. Isn't it? So that's what's showed by the people. And as they left, Tulsidasji describes Ayodhya as if Pralaya had come early. You know what Pralaya is? You know all of those doomsday movies that everyone loves now. Independence Day. There's so many tidal wave movies. I can't even remember how many are coming. That's what Ayodhya was like. Everyone saw death as the next person. And there's some poetry in here that is so, you have to contemplate on this. He says that each person looked like a picture. You know that Indian game statue? Or you're running and then you say statue and then you have to move like that. People lost all of that briskness, all of that cheer. They just moved slowly like a picture. You know, sometimes when you see someone who is so jovial and then you just don't see that anymore, you feel a lot for them. Which TV show, a clean TV show, did a lot of Indian families watch 20 years ago? What did you watch as a family? For those who have kids who are a little bit older.
Ramayana and Mahabharata.
You didn't watch Ramayana and Mahabharata with your kids. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, no? Everybody watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, correct? And you always see Will Smith as someone who's very jovial. But there's a few scenes where his mother leaves or his father comes back and leaves, and you see him crying in the show. And it's so emotional to see someone who's so joyous to be so emotional, no? That's how Ayodhya was, where everyone was so happy. They were just so generous, and everyone became, they lost their spark. When Bhagwan Rama left Ayodhya and everybody was following, their first stop was the Tamasa River. So if you ever want to follow Bhagwan Rama's footsteps, you have to go to the Tamasa River and you have to sleep there. And that night, Bhagwan Rama was going to each person and comforting them, saying, everything will be okay. Patting them on the back. Older people, he was massaging their feet. And those people were in so much physical and mental pain that all they could do was sleep. And the gods, Devatas, felt so compassionate that they actually benumbed the minds of the people just so they could go to sleep. Like you take morphine or melatonin or something like that. I'm just using words like I pretend, like I know what any of this means. So that's the only way that they were able to sleep that night. And then Bhagwan Rama told Sumantra something, which I'll get to wrap up our class. So coming to the Vedanta part. Will Vedanta save you from death? You coming here, will you be saved from death? If yes, then I'm sorry, you should leave now because there's a misunderstanding that's happening. Vedanta will not save you from death. Vedanta will save you from the fear of death. The fear of death. What will kill you more, death or the fear of death? Death will only kill you once, and you won't even know it. But the fear of death kills us 1,000 times a day. Exams are coming up, correct? Fear of death. College applications are coming up, right? Fear of death. Taxes are done, so that fear of death is is finished. In the same way, Vedanta will not save you from experiencing hardships. If you're living in Dvaita, you will experience hardships. Vedanta will save you from the fear of the sorrow that comes with hardships. So explore that some. What are the 3 fundamental fears we all have? What are your 3 fears? Fear of unknown is 1, 2. And fear of death and fear of sorrow. When you study sociology, what do they say the 2 greatest fears we have are? Death and public speaking. Or death and taxes, correct? What's the opposite of death? Existence or sat. What's the opposite of unknown? Awareness or chit. And what's the opposite of sorrow? Joy or ananda. Every time you're afraid, you're being taught by life who you are. Because you're only afraid of what you're different from. You're not afraid of what's the same. We're afraid of that which is different. So we're not afraid of death. We're afraid of the fear of death. And here, when those people go towards joy, stop, go towards joy, stop, it shows that they're getting lost in fear, that they think things will be perfect. Things will never be perfect outwardly. That we have to find that joy inside. And then Bhagavan Rama tells Sumantra that night. He says that night, I want you in the morning to take this chariot and I want you to go left and then right and then back and then forth. And I want you to drive this chariot in such a way where the people cannot follow. And those people do start following this chariot, but then it goes there and there and there and there. And they're unable to follow. And so they all have to return back to Ayodhya. Bhagavan Rama continues on his way to really Lanka. And next week, when we meet Bhagavan Rama, he will arrive at the Ganga. The Ganga is introduced for the first time in our Ramayana. Who made this chariot's tracks a secret? You can say it was Bhagavan, but weren't the people sleeping? Aren't we asleep to all of the guidance in our lives? Aren't we asleep to where this money is? Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna calls this Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. This is the most powerful knowledge and is the most powerful secret. Who's made this knowledge a secret? We have from ourselves. That's that whole chariot scene is showing that people fell asleep to Bhagavan Rama. The most impractical way to live is unhappily. And the most practical way to live is happily. So are you a practical person or a impractical person? As I'm saying this, everyone's going, nope, we are impractical. Oh, Narayana.